Hey everyone, hope everything's going well. You guys and gals know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH_sports. All right, so I wanted to look at tops and word coming out of the conference that these guys want to 10x the hobby. So when I look at that, I'm thinking, wait, okay, you want a lot more people. Sure, you have the name recognition with your brand, you have a huge mailing list, but ultimately, from a numbers point of view, this does not make any sense at all, right? And then a lot of people are skeptical about this as well. And I'm going to look at actual numbers from the Mudra Capital acquisition or the presentation that they put together. Remember, it was supposed to be going public, but then Topps came in, or Fanatics came in a very sneaky manner and got the deal. And I point out sneaky because, if Michael Rubin was doing this, what is he going to do to make Fanatics Topps very competitive? Remember, if they go public, it's all about hitting the numbers. And when you do that, you got to cut costs as much as possible. So, in meaning, a lot of the LCSs are probably going to get screwed over. And you're probably going to have to go to Fanatics to buy the product for them to meet their numbers, in my opinion. But these are actual numbers, $210 million in 2019. And I'm only looking at the card business because they had a huge candy business as well, confections. And that if you totaled both of them, it's $460 million, but I'm looking at the card. So 210 million, 2020, 314 million. Okay. So you saw a rise. These are actual revenue numbers. Now, I was trying to do digging on 2021. These are estimates based on the spreadsheet or this presentation. I looked at a Wall Street Journal article. They're saying that the combined revenue of the Topps acquired business was around $550 million last year. Okay. That was talking about the 2021 revenue. Okay. So you're looking at it and go back to it. Okay. So we went from basically 314 million to about 550, which made sense because 2021 was a spectacular year and they're supposed to, do a much better job in 2020. All the record sales happened there. Okay. Now, 2022 numbers, you can't find, or I haven't found them because they're a private company. So they don't have to show the public the numbers. So if you're just going based on 550 million of 2021, you could safe to assume 2022 or 2022, their numbers dropped. Whatever that number is, I would say maybe in the $400 million range that they probably made. Could be wrong, but if you look at it, 314 in 2020. So just assume, $400 million. Okay. And if someone wants to be more optimistic, $500 million. Okay. Whatever that number is, right? Do you say that you want to 10x the hobby from 2022? So you're telling me that you want to go from $400 million and you want to 10x that, right? So you're saying that this could be worth in the millions of dollars? It could be down the road, right? I was on a live stream with Colin from Sports Card Radio and Brian Gray. And Brian Gray was saying that, hey, the valuation of Panini America, from my understanding, was 1.2, $1.3 billion. So that's quite interesting. Now, could they 10x it if they get that Panini share? Now that would be interesting, right? So you're saying that Panini's valuation, no, they're making 1.2 billion a year. So if you're looking at this, right, you're seeing, okay, $400 million and then adding some of that Panini revenue. So if they're looking in terms of that point of view, saying, hey, look, see what they could do from a marketing point of view, say, hey, look, we've increased our revenues from $400 million, whatever it was in 2022, and now it's in the billions of dollars. Look, we're growing. Now, we didn't grow at 10x, but we definitely grew at 3x, right? So that's how they could, turn it in a positive light. Say, look to all those haters that say that we couldn't grow. Well, if you do acquire the Panini licenses, sure, you're going to grow, or your revenue top line growth is going to increase, right? But to say 10x, you're saying it's a $4 billion, $5 billion revenue stream year over year. That's not going to happen, right? But, sometimes they shoot high. They say that, oh, look, we want to 10x it, but then in reality, they're just saying, let's hope for 3x, right? Let's hope for 4x. Now, that's certainly possible with the acquisition of Panini, which they probably will do, in my opinion, and that's what Brian Gray thinks as well. And then, Brian Gray also thinks that they're going to get LeBron James. But ultimately, for them to 10x the growth, I mean, just look at 2020, right? You saw the craziness, once you saw money printing, right? I'm looking at M2, right? M2 increased like crazy. And now it's gradually, flattened out, right? So that probably means that all these card company sales, they've flattened out as well. Not like 2021. So if you don't have that government cheese coming in, which helped the sports card market, well, this market, while it will probably grow, it's not going to grow in the same manner that it did during that time. And it was a fragile market because a lot of people ended up leaving. And now we're at a point where it feels like 2019, early 2019, where there are cards that are becoming more affordable. And they're not at crazy prices as they once were. Some cards are definitely overpriced, overhyped. There's no doubt about that. So when they say that, oh, we're going to 10x it, I'm always skeptical when they have these overly optimistic numbers. Now, once again, they're probably going to use marketing techniques to say, hey, look, we went from $400 million and now we're over at $1 billion. And yeah, that's going to be because they get Panini. So this is how they do things. This is how they market it. And then they're going to be like, oh, all you negative people were wrong about this. They definitely grew, but they're not going to tell you that. The other thing I wanted to note is with the licenses with LeBron James, sure, it's going to grow. There's no doubt about that. And assuming LeBron James joins Fanatics. What I'm saying is, okay, look, if we do have an economic downturn sometime 2024, 2025, that's going to hurt top line growth. So once again, you go into the Great Reset and you're throwing out these very optimistic numbers, 10x the hobby. Well, that's not going to happen based on the revenue stream that they have now. So anyways, guys and gals, let me know what you think. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. Thank you. Bye-bye.